who was Pinky to me? Well, Pinky was a giant. He was an icon. He was a physical giant because he stood 6'5", but he was a giant in our business because he pretty much made it up as he went along.
He really did lead the way for us, and he's still leading the way. Long before there was a Rush Limbaugh or Sean Hannity or Mark Levin or any of these guys that are on the radio now, there was Pinky Kravitz who held that format in place. He kept the place warm for them. And having that talk radio format alive and vibrant and full of diversity, Pinky was the guy that paved the way for these guys.
Pinky to me is a father, an educator, a coach, and I think he is that to everybody. And through the extended family, all his listeners, that's what people expected from Pinky, that he would be there to coach them through a situation or through life.
When there's a problem in the community, we look to him for advice. We look to him to get involved. We look to him to bring us together. We look to him for so many different things, and we look to him as a role model of how to do things the right way. Sometimes issues can be very divisive. Pinky was someone who brought people together. He explored ideas. He brought the best out of people. And that's something that we will be eternally grateful for.
There is so much that he did for Atlantic City that's visible. But I think what is more important and what needs to be said is all the things he did that never got publicity, that never got attention, that he never called attention to. The way he would help people. In a lot of ways, Pinky was the Nucky Johnson of his time. Pinky did more for Atlantic City than any 10 politicians, any 10 mayors, any 10 governors have ever or will ever do for this city.
As I say, I'm the other Janet. There's Janet number one, which is his wife, and the other Janet, which is me. And Pinky and I actually became friends about 30 years ago when I first came to Atlantic City. When I was drafted by the city to do the rodeo, to produce the rodeo in Atlantic City, Pinky was an amazing asset because I had to go to the different casinos, I had to try and raise money, and I was getting really little itsy bitsy amounts of money. And Pinky would call me on the telephone and he'd say, "Who did you see today?" And I would mention somebody at a casino and he'd say, "What'd you get?" And I said, "It's like $1,000. He goes, "I'll call you back." And at the end of the day, Pinky would call. He goes, "Okay, we just got 25,000. I mean, here I am talking about thousands, and he gets 25,000.
Pinky's basically the mayor of Atlantic City. Always has been. Our ambassador of goodwill. Good times or bad time, he's always there plugging for the city. And he's always on top of everyone, whether you're an elected official or a casino president, to be making the right decisions and helping move the city forward.
I really think Pinky is Mr. Atlantic City, and I think he is so deserving of the honor. He was, as I understand it, the first member of MBCA, and here it's the 25th anniversary, so I really think it's, the silver anniversary. It should be the pink anniversary, but I think the silver pink anniversary to honor Pinky is just wonderful.
Pinky has a "I can do that" philosophy. So anytime a situation arose, he would say to himself, "I can do that," and he would get the people involved to do it. So I think people should think, what would Pinky do? And try to do the same thing and replicate the success that he's had.
He loved reaching out to help people. He loved being part of an organization that was going to enhance the quality of life for everybody in Atlantic City and beyond. So like I said, we owe Pinky a tremendous debt of gratitude. You're not going to find guys like Pinky Kravitz around anymore.
No one person is going to fill the role that Pinky played. An ambassador of goodwill, keeping you informed on what's going on, pushing for projects that were going to move the city forward, and rallying people to do something that was good for the community.
You never give up. You always go after it. You always think of a better way to do it. That's what Pinky was always trying to do, is always trying to do. Is there a better way to do it? Is there a better way? Is there a better Atlantic City? Is there a better way for people to get together? And that's what Pinky continues to do to inspire us. And that's what we're very grateful for.
Pinky was one of a kind. Pinky was an original. There will never be anyone who could come close to emulating what Pinky Kravitz did and what Pinky Kravitz meant for Atlantic City.